Welcome to another installment of Tag Me In, where the triple threat brain trust attack over the good, bad, everything in between in the world of professional wrestling. I am the unofficially official Lip Izzo, joined with none other than the only person that you have to send if you can't send Hook, since Hook has been sent some ones in the strip club. Scoop.
Yeah, you know, while he throwing the ones in the strip club, I'll handle the business.
There you go. Simple as that. And of course, if they send Hook to the strip club and send him some ones, you know who's sending him those ones. None other than the heartthrob of the IWC, Jaeger Bombastic, so fantastic that when he goes to the strip club, they pay the strip for him.
Damn. Only the world works like that.
Hey, man, it's a privilege, man.
I mean, they send Hook, I send the booty. And if y'all seen Hook's face, I did kind of make it the group chat's picture for a minute.
Oh no, it's the greatest picture.
It's an amazing picture. He looks like his mind has been blown. And if he went to the if he went to the champagne room, I'm sure other things got blown.
Oh no, they were
Julia Hart.
They were hooked.
They were hooked. Oh, they were hooked.
Well, yeah, it's been an interesting week for the most part. I don't want to say it's been crazy, but it's been newsworthy, I would say. It's probably the tame way to say that shit. And one of those things, and I'm glad I'm glad you put it on there first, Scoot. And
we can do it in any order, but yeah,
it's the Pritchard thing. Now, before we jump into that, JDfromNY had been saying this shit for the better part.
Oh shit! Hold on, hey Dizzle, my bad. Before we get into this, let's do it in the beginning because we don't know how many people watch it to the very end. Shout out to First Black Champ. You know, thanks to Dizzle, he sent us, their podcast.
Oh, the What Digital, yeah.
So shout out to First Black Champ. Shout out to Clark Street Wrestling. They started following, we follow back. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do.
Oh, did they? Because I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. Clark Street Wrestling. They started following, we follow back. Also, shout out to JSB, aka Juggernaut.
That's spam right there.
You know what I'm saying? He just did his review on New Year's Revolution 07, I believe. And also shout out to the Instant Wrestling Podcast, Instant Classic Podcast, which he's a part of. So you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do the shout outs at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Make sure everybody hit.
Knock it out, man.
Because everybody deserves their flowers.
Yes.
Simple as that.
See, that's why I'm wearing the headband. See, look at that. Look at that.
Which, by the way, that's perfect.
See?
Now, on top of that, which I'm so glad, Scoot, we will get into something else because there's some things we got to correct, and there's some things that I gotta just completely throw more gasoline on the fire. But we'll get into that in a bit.
I'm ready for a barbecue.
But yeah, so now we can get into the Pritchard era.
So yeah, now this Pritchard thing. So now more flowers being thrown because a shout out to JD from NY, because for the better part of a few months, he's been saying that Triple H, Shawn Michaels, nobody from Triple H's camp had been running NXT 2.0 this whole time. And everybody kept throwing shade on him, saying, nah, you know what you're talking about. Shawn Michaels running this, all this other stuff.
Wait. Hold on. Before we continue, seriously?
Yeah.
They really been throwing shade at him for that?
Yeah. Because here's the thing. He technically
pretty damn evident.
He would technically be the bad guy of the IWC. I mean, that's just how it is. And so everybody needs somebody to hate. So WWE hates him by default.
Because it was pretty apparent that Triple H and them were not running the show.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so when you have the blind leading the blind, you know, they all gonna, you know, vilify the same person over and over again. So if you don't have a villain that's legitimate, then you're gonna go to the one person that everybody's throwing stones at in the first place. So it's like, hey, who else you gonna blame? They don't want to blame WWE for the bullshit, so they blame somebody else for saying it. But yeah, he's been saying this the whole time. He's been saying that it's been, you know, a rotation of Vince's four horsemen.
How dare you call out the shit that we see on TV?
Like we're not seeing
it. Exactly.
Like we're not seeing it.
I mean, hey, if you need a villain, I guess you can't call Marty Skrull anymore. So
yeah, and I mean it's been apparent because I mean you look at the entirety of NXT 2.0, and it's almost like a fucking mirror to the fucking main roster outside of a few different things, but for the most part, yeah. As soon as NXT 2.0 hit the ground running, it was a drastic change. It was an agenda filled thing, and that's one thing that we've been saying on here is that you can clearly see everything in this main roster light.
Yeah, where's our heat?
Oh no, come on. Look, as far as we go, we're not in anybody's pay grade to get hate. So we fly under the radar. So we can pretty much say whatever the fuck we want, which is why we haven't got heat for the whole big swole shit, which it's okay because I'm gonna keep throwing gasoline on it because it's some valid things that needs to be said.
To go boom.
Because I want it to be well. Hold on, we'll jump into it when we get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, anybody else have anything else on this shit?
So I mean, once again, did y'all watch it Tuesday?
Hold on, did I watch it Tuesday? See that's the thing. I don't remember. Well, no, wait, hold on. This week? Yeah, no, this week. No. So, see, fucking yeah.
I was 100% correct about Wendy Chu. She was going to be their version of Orange Cassidy.
I heard about it. I heard about her like going in the ring and then all of a sudden like sleeping when she got tagged out or something like that.
So they're like going overboard. Orange Cassidy is what they're trying to do.
So basically, her gimmick is she just likes to sleep, but she can legit wrestle.
She got narcolepsy.
Not even so much narcolepsy. It's just because she wrestles in that onesie. Yeah, I said it. She wrestles in that onesie. So her gimmick is she just likes to sleep. But other than that, it started off with Breaker saying, you know, who wants to challenge? Let's do it. Legado with the whole thing with Electric Lopez and Zion Quinn and Santos. Electra made it clear that she's with the LDF because she did kick Zion Quinn for LDF to win. Carmelo Hayes talking his trash about, you know, him being the A champion now. What else? Remember they were supposed to have a match, Harland and Gacy, and they went against Malik Blade and Idris Enofe. The winner of that match would have qualified for the Dusty Cup.
Yeah.
Harlan got them disqualified.
I must not have been on NXT in a while for sure because who?
Yeah, just
wait, hold on. See now the logic is just stuck because didn't Harlan and Gacy do a promo about showing what they had as far as a tag team?
Yes,
and getting into so they got themselves disqualified.
Yes.
After trying to prove themselves.
Okay, I was gonna let this shit slide, but I can't let it slide now because when you bypass it, I was like, you know what? Wait, but no. So, Electra Lopez, she did kick Zion Quinn.
So you know they've been flirting this whole time.
Well, hold on. Well, that's the thing though. Wasn't this whole match?
Or wasn't that her like trying to make sure that Puck?
If
his name was Yeah, make sure that he wins. Yeah, make sure that Santos Escobar wins.
If I remember correctly, wasn't this match to? Didn't she say something about like whoever we'll see whoever wins? I'll go with who what?
Yes, the winner of this match, Electra was going to win a lead with the winner.
Okay, so if she had been courting Zion Quinn this whole time, you know, the whole will they, won't they, but she ended up having Santos win, helping him win anyway, then what was the point of the whole this shit?
I don't know. I don't know.
The whole this shit though.
I don't know.
All right.
Cameron Grimes, he's going after Carmelo. That's going to be the title he wants first. So looks like Cameron Grimes and Carmelo are going to be feuding over the North American Championship. Still no sign of Roddy, nor Diamond Mine.
Because they're going to get rid of it probably.
Well, you know, the Creed brothers are still in the Dusty Cup for now. The Dusty Cup start next week. What else? I feel like there was something else major, but that was really it. I mean, if you really want to hear what happened to all the NXT, I did a quick tag on it. It's there, but I say all that to say this: with the Pritchard era now officially here, it is 100% diet WWE. Oh, AJ Styles and Grayson Waller actually had a pretty good match, but once again, it's AJ Styles. You're not going to really have a bad match with AJ Styles. AJ Styles win, and after AJ Styles win, he was like, "Hey Grayson, your night isn't over yet. Let me introduce you to my homie." LA Knight comes back. So now AJ Styles can step out. LA Knight can step in. LA Knight and Grayson Waller can continue their feud.
Yeah, that feels so lackluster though.
It was very lackluster, but it was good to see AJ Styles.
Well, I mean, I'm sure. I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'll be watching it again next week because depending on what happens with Scoot, I'll be covering that shit. And
yeah, you might have to cover it. So yeah.
Lord help me.
Yeah. I'm not asking you to cover Raw.
I mean, it's a duty, and we shall fulfill it. And I'll suffer through it, man. We'll see what happens. But
yeah, and then if y'all want to know what happened, so I guess we can go ahead and cover the week of WWE as a whole from Friday to now.
Okay.
What else?
This week in WWE.
Brock and Reigns had a little promo, which if you check out the review, you know, the missus and I sung a little song by that because they over there arguing over Paul Heyman. But basically, in a nutshell, Brock wants a title for title match. Roman was like, "Nah, fam, I'm good."
Okay, cool.
But you know what's gonna happen.
I know.
You know what's gonna happen. Then Sami Zayn encounters Johnny Knoxville. Johnny Knoxville, he's like, "Why you want to be in the Rumble? You're not even a superstar." Knoxville is like, "Fam, all you gotta do is just dump a person over the top rope. It's pretty simple. It's pretty easy." Zayn has a match with Rick Boogs. Boogs beat Zayn. Zayn's distracted, yelling at Boogs and Nakamura. Knoxville sneaks in the ring, dumps Sami Zayn over. Then, as Knoxville is going back up the ramp, Greg Hamilton announced that Johnny Knoxville is now officially in the Royal Rumble.
Oh, that's all you got to do?
Yep,
I mean, I'm fine with Knoxville being in there. I got no issue with that. You know, they want to promote shit, whatever. Yeah. The problem I have is when you have, and this is the problem when you have legit talent, both, not so much in the ring, but when you have somebody who can talk and has a good character, they tend to do the most in the wrong way. And because they don't really have like a Santino Marella, you know, now they're using someone like Sami Zayn, who is a good character, but legit in the ring, and they're using him as comedic relief for all this bullshit, and he should be doing more. So, yeah, that and why?
Yeah. Also, Charlotte comes out, does a promo. She's like, "Yeah, I've done it all." Blah 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 blah. She introduces a video package that shows the first 19 women that are going to be in the Rumble, which of course consists of the talent that's there now. Summer Rae is going to be in it. The Bella Twins are going to be in it. Mickey James, which Pat McAfee does say the Impact Knockout, the Impact Knockout champion. So Mickey James is in it. Michelle McCool,
Lita. But what about Layla though?
They didn't say Layla yet. So roughly it was about 19 women announced. And then Charlotte was like, "Well, hey, I'm gonna enter the Rumble myself, so that way, if I win, I can pick my own opponent at WrestleMania." Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Dizzle. I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
You know what I missed?
That look is so memeable. That's a future gift that you just did.
Yeah.
I felt your soul left your body when I just said that.
Nah, it just dropped lower into the pit of despair for WWE.
Yeah, so Charlotte is entering herself in the Rumble, so that way, if she wins, she can pick her own opponent at Mania.
Look,
Here's
the problem. Let it out.
I for storyline purposes, I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
My problem is, why does it have to be Charlotte? Just why? Why?
At this point, why not?
What you mean?
Look, you got to think about it. At this point, I can name you every woman on the roster.
Let them get belts.
But since Toni Storm left, Charlotte has no true opponents. But after she said all she said, Naomi comes out and was like, "Well, hey, Queen, let's have a fight now." Whatever. Charlotte was like, why do I have to fight you? What have you done to even get a title shot? Naomi slaps her. It leads to a match. Of course, Sonya Deville comes out, screws Naomi in every way. Charlotte ended up beating Naomi. That's ended.
Okay, I have to ask though about this Naomi shit. Has Naomi ever gotten over on Sonya out of this whole because this shit's been going on for a while?
One time, and that was when Xia Li helped out, in which I haven't even seen Xia in like a couple of weeks.
Question: when did Sonya come out of being management?
Oh no, she's still management. She's just using her power her power to fuck over Naomi. And I love Pat McAfee because Pat McAfee always calls her out on it.
Remember when we hated that guy?
Right? But it wasn't a hate as in a hate. It was a hate as in he was doing a good job as a heel hate.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. What else happened on SmackDown? Of course, Pierce was like, "Hey, Roman, you need an opponent for Royal Rumble since Brock is fighting Lashley." Roman was like, "Fam, I don't give a fuck. Fuck up my face. Leave me alone." Usos and New Day have a street fight for the tag team titles. If the New Day lose, they can't challenge the Usos anymore as long as the Usos champion. It is officially the 1D is officially their finisher, and it is called the one and done, but they just call it the 1D.
You know what?
A little suggestive, man.
Yeah, I'm not even going there. It's too easy.
They call it the one and done, the 1D, and they beat New Day. And as Roman was in the back watching the match, a familiar knock was on the door, and in stepped Seth Rollins. So Raw's Seth Rollins, might I add, is going to be Roman Reigns' opponent at Royal Rumble.
Wait, but I thought Survivor Series.
I said Raw's the only show. Raw's Seth Rollins.
But I thought Survivor Series.
Hey, stop putting logic to this. Raw's Seth Rollins is challenging Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble.
It's their logic. They're the ones that say it. Survivor Series.
Wait.
The only time where you have Raw and SmackDown superstars compete in head-to-head competition.
Neuralizers. WWE has neuralizers that they think that work. They don't work.
Do you mean Raw's Seth freaking Rollins?
Yes.
Dizzle?
I forgot. His new name is Seth freaking Rollins. You're right.
This is
a legitimate name change, and it is Seth freaking Rollins.
I'm not mad at the match, you know.
No,
but
I might actually watch that match.
Yeah. Now, if we're going to Raw, Bobby Lashley and Brock had a promo, and unfortunately, Brock pretty much ethered Brock Lesnar. I mean, Brock ethered Bobby Lashley.
Oh yeah, I heard about the knock joke.
Yeah, Brock didn't make Bobby look in the best of light, because he was like, because Bobby was like, for 20 years you've been ducking me, and now Royal Rumble I get to finally kick your ass and all that. And Brock Lesnar was like, for 20 years I've been all over different sports winning championships. So had you been doing the same, this little match would have already happened between us. And at the end of the day, you put the Brock Lesnar wannabe, and it was like, damn.
I mean, when Brock left, conveniently enough, Bobby Lashley showed up.
But so that happened. Then Seth had a match against Big E. Seth wins. They got to try to get Seth his momentum going to the match.
Yeah.
But Big E is entering in the Rumble, of course. Alpha Academy fought RK Bro for the tag titles. Alpha Academy beat RK Bro, so we have new Raw Tag Team Champions.
All right.
Alexa Bliss is still with the gimmick,
which is
she had a little therapy session.
She came back with the gimmick?
Huh?
She came back with the gimmick?
Well, she's not actually on Raw yet. She had a little therapy session, and she still has her little powers. Doudrop is #1 contender. She beat Bianca and Liv Morgan, so it'd be Doudrop and Becky Lynch at Royal Rumble.
Wait. Why is it that unless your name is Becky Lynch or Charlotte, if you win the belt, you easily get scrubbed right after you drop it?
Well,
excuse me. The same goes for if your name is Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns.
Well,
I won't say that Bianca's getting scrubbed. I actually think this actually, and this
shout out to first black champ on this.
This could be good storytelling by WWE, because of the fact that if you think about it, if you look, and yeah, they're the ones that did say this portion of like maybe Becky is ducking Bianca to maybe elevate to a better match.
Well, they also said too, at this point, Bianca is bigger than the belts.
They did say that.
They said Bianca was bigger than the belts, and I agreed. I was like, at this point, she is.
Yeah, because she does check all the boxes. In terms of just appeal, likeness, legit she's legit aesthetically for one, because I mean we're not looking at a Jade Cargill situation where it's like it's just muscular. Bianca's muscular, but she is still in her feminine. That's not to say that Jade's not in her feminine, but when you look at the two, Bianca doesn't look intimidating in the same way that Jade would look intimidating, and I like that, because that's somebody you can actually build a division around.
Fair.
And that's why I believe that she's bigger than the title.
Oh, so I got some quick news apparently.
What's that?
Xavier Woods did reveal on G4 live stream that he injured himself doing a DDT on the outside of the ring, so he'll be out 6 to 8 weeks.
Again?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So, yep.
Just keeps on extending that contract.
Oh, G4.
But yeah, so he revealed on the live stream that he got injured. But yeah, that was Raw as a whole. Like I don't remember what else had happened, so we'll just say that was it. So that was that was the week, and that was WWE's week from Friday to now. So yeah,
true that. I guess we could jump on AEW side because someone may be hurt, but that someone is also in some controversy. Omega, and thanks to Jaeger for shedding light on this one.
So Mr. Yeager, do you want to explain the story, good sir?
So what the essential accusation is well, like you said yourself, Scoot, this has been circulating around. Man, why can't I Cornette and Brian Last? Yeah, thank you. It's been circulating around in Cornette and Brian Last's camp for a little bit, or their talk show, or their show for a little bit, but it's finally gotten to the Twitter streams where people are accusing Omega of grooming Riho, since he's been like training her since she was well underage, and she is one of the youngest stars as far as women go in AEW. And Kenny started slapping back on the Twitter. Mm-hmm. So there's one thing I, as a person, hate. It's fucking pedophiles, but I gotta say, in my opinion, this is like far from that, and it's fucking ridiculous.
Well, so listening to Cornette and Last, they've always said that Kenny just had a Japanese schoolgirl fetish. They never accused him or anything like that. They just always said he just had a Japanese schoolgirl fetish, hence why they think
most I never said
women talent was always winning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
well, like I said, I was never accusing necessarily Cornette and Last about it.
It's the fact that you know how the people can take something and run
with
it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I don't necessarily see this, and once again, this could completely be true or false. This is just my opinion. I don't necessarily see it. I could just see more of a favoritism thing when it came to Riho, because you know, just like anything, if you've been cool with somebody for however long or whatever,
yeah,
you've just been cool with that individual. Yeah. Like if Riho and Kenny have been crossed paths so many years back, then I mean, think about it. Nobody said anything when the whole Don Callis was like, "Hey, I've been knowing a Kenny Omega since he was 9." Nobody said anything about how creepily that sounded, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's kind of like what we mentioned weeks and weeks ago. We got to keep that same energy for one thing over the other. We can't pick and choose how we keep that same energy to people. Mm-hmm. Really can't. So
yeah, even me hearing this again, it's people taking things too far, and I think it's more detrimental when it's taken this way, because what happens is people get the wrong impression on someone, and then what happens is, out of context, you go into Kenny's pro wrestling past, and then you see the blow up dolls, you see him wrestling with, you know, the 7-year-old girl and stuff like that, and then you start to put patterns there, and it's like, yo, it's not that. But if you take it out of context, people look at it, and so then they gain some type of impression on it, and then they feed that shit into the ether, and it extrapolates into some fucking nonsense, and then and then you get this. And of course, we're not blaming Cornette, but it does stem from that because of his hatred for Kenny. And when you have a lot of people who follow Jim Cornette, and it's a lot of people who have that fandom towards somebody, and so they take their word as gospel. Just like we talked about with the whole, you know, people who follow WWE throwing stones at JD from NY. It's the same thing. on this spectrum. So when you look at it from that, it's like at this point, you got to tune out the noise because there's really nothing you can do because they're going to believe what they're going to believe. They're wrong in that sense. And let's say hypothetically something is going on. Until you have proof, don't sit there and try to search for something. Or don't try to accuse somebody of something if you don't have definitive proof on it.
Because we do live in a society where accusations could be just as bad as you actually doing it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So people of the IWC, people not anybody who's on social media and listening, be mindful. Be fucking mindful, please. Because last thing you want is to accuse somebody of something, have egg on your face, and then you look like the stupid one. So just watch who you listen to and watch what you take as gospel.
Look, I mean, I'll even give the devil his due. If any of that ends up being true, I'll come out and say, like, hey, I was completely wrong and I'm extremely disappointed. That being said, we end up being right, which odds are we are, then y'all need to shut the fuck up out there and chill the fuck out on your keyboards.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And you know, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. We might as well just go ahead and just jump into it now. Because I got to keep that same energy. You know, I did honestly. I did think about coming on here and taking a step back on some things that I said. But then I let it digest. Listen to the boys from digital. And then a lot of things clicked, and then the wheel started turning some more. So I will say this. Now she did technically specify in terms of what it was that was, I don't want to say discriminatory, but needed to be promoted a bit more, and that was the women's division. But she also did talk about race as well. Now, it's no surprise. It's no surprise that AEW has had an issue with the women's division. That's not to say that they've been stuck in that mindset. They have been progressively getting better. And everything takes time. But here is where my issue lies. Especially, and this is an overall thing in terms of anybody screaming out discrimination between race or gender or whatever the case may be. And this really stems from, and I'll stick it straight to professional wrestling at this point, because it's a lot of professional wrestlers who do honestly gripe about some shit. And 9 times out of 10, it's those who are in-ring superstars. And so my question to that, is it discrimination because you're not in the top spot, or is it discrimination against a race, gender, whatever the case may be? Because my thing is the allegations of a discriminatory act out of selfishness or out of selflessness? Because if you are not in a spot and you feel like you need to be that, then you work for it. But if you feel like other people are being wrong, then maybe the approach that you're taking isn't the necessary approach. Because here's the thing. She did talk about how, you know, WWE does this and her daughter sees WWE, and, you know, she sees Bianca, she sees Sasha, she sees Bobby Lashley, she sees Big E, all these superstars. And you say, and you say, because I want my daughter to grow up and see these. I want her to watch where I'm going or whatever the case may be. So do you want her to see you, or do you want her to see people of color that's like her, or people of a gender that she is? Because here's the thing. If that's the case, if you feel like because you're not at that spot, you could have stayed at AEW. If that was the case, you could have made a difference by taking a backstage role and helping other people get somewhere. If in fact that is the creed that you're standing behind, and that's the fight that you want, and you want to scream it to the fucking mountain, Tony Khan, I'm pretty sure, would have been more than happy to have you backstage if in fact you feel like things aren't being done right. But I think because, and again, you can, if I'm wrong, please feel free to track me down and ask me. I'll be open to the dialogue. But is it because you didn't become champion? Is it because you weren't put in the marquee spot that it's discriminatory? That's the question I have.
I'm gonna take a page from the Joe Budden podcast. So this might start a little weird, but let me land it, and it'll all make sense at the end. At the end of the day, regardless of what media you watch, what sport, shows, whatever, you do want to see people who look like you, represent you, or whatever. You do want to see that. You do want to see the superheroes of different colors or different genders, or if they're part of the LGBTQ community, all of that. You do want to see that. The thing is with wrestling, and it's even the thing is with sports in general, especially with wrestling. Yes, I understand Swole was saying it was a scripted sport and that they could just write the storylines every time. A lot of times with this sport, it's written out.
Yeah.
Things do happen, a la Kofi Mania. Things do happen that could switch some things up. Hell, Brock Lesnar's situation right now, that he took the belt from Big E, he ain't had nothing to do with the situation. But things do happen. Now, the issue that lies, it kind of goes parallel with what you just said, Dizzle. Do you want the advancement of Black people to be looked at as serious, legit contenders and moving up on the card and being there? Or are you just upset it wasn't you? Because it's easy to say it, but at the same time, in the background, you're kind of like, yeah, but at the end of the day, I should have been AEW champion, or I should have been NWA champion when they had that going on. Because once again, you did get injured or you went out because of your sickness. Nothing against you, not your fault. At the same time, the show goes on.
Yeah.
If Hangman Adam Page right now gets a serious injury and they legitimately have to take that belt from Hangman, the show will move on. If CM Punk right now decides, I want to quit the company, I'm tired of AEW, the show will still go on. MJF will just move on to somebody else or something else. So, with you're saying this whole scripted sport thing, it works both ways. Yes, you could be wrote into becoming champion, but at the same time, they could write you to lose the belt the next week.
Yeah.
Hell, in some cases, if you do it the WWE route, you might lose it the same night.
Yeah.
Or within 24 hours.
All within 24 hours. Hell, especially with the whole Money in the Bank shit, you might get that title. Boom. Damn, I just lost my belt. So I get that she put her point out there and her talking points, and I'm not even mad at them. I'm not at all. But you do have a great point. Why didn't you try to stay, in a sense, to make it better? Because Sean Dean has a role where he ushers the new talent in, and especially the Black talent and things like that, to help them acclimate to everything. Mark Henry has always been what Mark Henry does. You could have been like that too. You could have been like that with the women or just with the talent in general. Because the thing is, when you have a concrete plan and you want to see the plan come to fruition before you start to make changes, you're going to want to stick to your plan. And fortunately or unfortunately, Big Swole, if it wasn't meant for you to become champion at the time, then just bide your time and wait. You know, just
or
buy
just
the time
or work harder.
keep killing
Exactly.
it. Because at the end of the day, you can't deny talent. We complain all the time about WWE bastardizing a lot of the wrestlers and handcuffing a lot of the wrestlers. But to me, yes, I don't like the way AEW showcases their black talent, but at the same time, they're there. They are there. Because I can say that for WWE, I'm pretty sure the same with Impact. I mean, Ring of Honor, a different story because, you know, Jonathan Gresham won the title from Jay Lethal. So that was just, you know, different stories. But you can say that's almost anything out here that why isn't a black person starring in this TV show? Or if a black person is starring in this TV show, why are they not the star? Why black people not in this movie? We could do that for anything. And when we do it for everything, it gets tiring. And once again, is what I said last time. It's that cry wolf. That when some real racial shit happens, people gonna be like, fam, y'all didn't claim it too much. So we're not gonna care this time.
Yeah. It's yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's just
go ahead, Scoop.
She didn't have to go out that way. Cause now she has people looking at her in this new light. You got some people looking at her in this light, like, yeah, go, sister, speak for us. You got some people looking at her like, you know, so, and then too, once again, you was kind of hinting at it, Dizzle. What's the next move for you?
Her next move has been her current move because she, as of 2019, is the champion of Rise.
Okay.
So, and I mean, granted, Rise Wrestling. Yeah, it's an independent woman company.
Yeah.
Independent wrestling company.
Yeah.
Primarily for women. Yeah, she's been the champ since 2019. Days held 888 plus days.
Why didn't she ever wear that belt out to the ring?
Here's the thing. She's only defended that title twice. Now, that could have been because of COVID or whatever, but this and some tag titles from some other show is what she's held before. But, I mean, my thing is this. There's a number of things you could have done to state your case. You could have, I mean, wrestling in the ring is cool, but, I mean, you got to think about it. Britt Baker wasn't, the light of everyone's eye that she was when she first started in AEW. Nobody was looking at her to be a champ until she got her face busted open and then came back and started doing character work is when people started noticing her. But before then, she was flying under the radar too. She was a darling in some sense, but not to the extent of what she is now. People were criticizing the way she was wrestling.
And then, too, from what I understood, people love Swole.
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
I think from my understanding, once again, y'all told me about the whole tooth and nail match, but that's when I kind of heard people had a difference of opinion when it came to her with that tooth and nail match. But even then, people were rocking with Swole.
Yeah.
It was just one of them times to where if you would have bided your time, if you would have, I don't want to say necessarily say play ball because that sounds mean, but you could have been first TBS champion. You could have been challenging Dr. Baker for real for the belt since she became champ. Like you could have been in a situation. You could have been a main eventer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's the thing that goes with anybody in this profession, not at any company you work for. there's a role that you have to play. You have to stay in your lane until it's your moment. And if you are consistently making yourself unavoidable and unignorable, you are going to become the person that people start looking at like, oh, you know what? This person's consistent. I see this person all the time. You know, did you do what Chelsea Green did? Did you go in everybody's face and, hey, yo, I got an idea for this. I want to push this. I got this idea. You know, everybody talks about what a company isn't doing, but nobody's ever talking about what they didn't do.
Yes.
So, you know, I'm done with the what have you done for me lately? What have you done for the company lately? That's where I'm at now with everything. So simple as that. You got to put first. That's what everything. Everybody got to put first to get back. It's just that's how the world works. You got to keep it like that. So you black, you should know that. But regardless, that's enough time on Swole.
And you know what? Hold on, before we finish, we still want to see you win.
Oh, absolutely.
Like we still want to see you win. Just that, you know, there are certain ways you got to go about certain things.
Yeah, kill that mentality. Because you don't see Cedric acting like that. And that boy getting scrubbed in WWE, and he ain't said nothing bad.
Why you gotta say his name like that?
Oh, I forgot to mention they actually scrubbed him again.
See?
Oh, no.
Before Bobby came out to the ring, Cedric and Shelton came up to Bobby, and Bobby was like, "Fam, this Hurt Business shit is over. Why? We're not doing this anymore. This is not a thing." They tried to jump Bobby at the end of the segment, and Bobby beat both their asses. So yeah.
Yeah, see? Trash. Not them, but just that whole, you know, the whole booking of that shit.
Yeah.
Or Hurt Business, man. But let's talk about this. Fine, I'll use it again. This forbidden door. The WWE's apparent, well, that everybody's touting that WWE's doing. I don't think they're doing shit, but yeah, that's my take on it. I really don't think it's anything unless it's to, hey, let's bring in people from other companies and make them look less than. You think Mickie James is about to have a good showing at the Royal Rumble?
Yeah,
potentially.
I would be surprised.
Only because it's Mickie James, potentially.
Maybe they want to do right, you know, by the whole trash bag thing.
Yeah,
possibly. But I wouldn't be surprised if she went out as quickly as she came in.
But you know, there's also been rumors of they want a male superstar to quote unquote cross that forbidden door as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Are we all leaning towards it being Jericho, or
I am.
Any other possible predictions there?
I really don't know, to be honest with you. Because if you look at it, WWE has a lot of their former talent all over.
Facts.
So my only assumption is it's somebody who's been in the company. You know?
Well,
yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, neither do I. I can't. It's and that's the thing, because of everything going on. It's hard for me to care because I feel like there's an underlying motive, and I hate that it's that case. I hate that I have to think like that because it shouldn't be like that with WWE. But you know, given a lot of things that's going on news wise, it's hard. It's very difficult to sit here and be like, oh well, you know, WWE wants to play nice. They're being very genuine. You know, if they can't be genuine in home, I doubt they can be genuine to the neighbors. So
neighbors that they've been ignoring for like ever.
Exactly. So unless of course this is a way to get like Impact's old TNA like tapes and shit and footage. But
who knows?
I don't. But hell, they got rid of the majority of the guys that came from fucking TNA, unless they're trying to get it for AJ Styles footage. But
yeah,
who the fuck knows, man? I'm just.
Which that was actually a rumor.
What?
That they wanted to get
What,
footage
AJ
from
Lee?
some superstar, like for a documentary, and I think it might have been for AJ.
That would make sense. I mean, shit. His
Yeah.
whole, because if not, all they're gonna have is WWE footage and maybe some New Japan footage, if that. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you know what would change my mind on WWE if they want to play nice? If they relinquished fucking Owen Hart's footage of in-ring stuff.
I can agree with that.
And I'd be like, you know what? You did the right thing. You somewhat on my good side, but they ain't gonna
I can
do
agree with that too.
that. So, but speaking of WWE not playing nice, MLW suing WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Problem with this, it's probably not going to go anywhere.
Well, from what they're alleging, it possibly could.
As long as there's validity, because I mean, granted, they tried to do the shit. They tried to do the shit with the whole Madison Square Garden shit with was it? I don't know if I think it was New Japan. It may have been New Japan or somebody
Yeah, they
else.
like New Japan, yeah.
But yeah, they tried to stop. Well, they did stop that from happening, or either tried to or did. And anytime somebody is playing in WWE's backyard or somewhere that they're used to going to, they always have to do something underhanded or whatever to try and scoop it up from somebody else or try to beat somebody to the punch. So it's really in the court's hands because as far as I remember, WWE has one hell of a lawyer team.
Sorry, people. If you don't know the story, MLW is suing WWE because they're saying WWE blocked them from having a TV deal with Vice, and they blocked them from having a deal with Tubi. Now, Tubi is owned by Fox. Then you can kind of put two and two together with that. So that's what they're alleging that WWE's done, is that they're blocking them out of deals and TV deals and sabotaging them in a sense. So that's what MLW is accusing WWE of, and that's why they're suing.
Yeah.
What do y'all think?
What's up? The Tubi thing, since I didn't know Tubi was owned by Fox.
Yeah,
Tubi kind of makes sense.
I didn't either.
Tubi kind of makes sense as WWE is on Tubi, but I don't see why WWE will block the deal with Vice.
Yeah, that's and that's weird too, because I know they're working with Evolve, but I thought they were working with MLW also a while back.
I thought so too. So like I said, I don't know. Maybe they put some ideas in Vice's head, like, hey, don't work with them over there.
I do want to keep my eye on this to see what's going to happen. Like if the smaller company can, strike a deal with the bigger company, or maybe the whole David and Goliath thing and take the big company down in court.
Maybe.
But again,
I mean, it sounds like they caught him in the act with it, to be honest. Especially if they have confirmation that Vince is over here, like, yeah, don't let that happen.
Yeah.
Or at least people close to Vince.
And that's a thing too. It's like, yo, Vince, why are you worried about these small companies, man? Y'all supposed to be the big dog in the yard, man.
Y'all been quoted how many times saying, "Oh yeah, we don't think of like AEW as competition." Blah blah blah.
Like I said, especially dealing with Vice, because like I'm reading the story again, and they said in early 2021, after MLW announced that it was in talks with Vice TV to air MLW programs, a then WWE executive warned Vice TV that Vince McMahon was pissed that Vice was airing MLW programs. Why though?
Makes no sense.
Too many smaller baskets that the overflow of WWE can go look to.
But Court Bauer thinks this is a validity to this, so I guess we'll see. what comes of it.
Yeah, true enough. Speaking of what comes of it, why the fuck Hook being in the goddamn strip club is so fascinating to everybody?
Because Hook is that dude right now.
Because
I
Hook
know
is
he's
what,
that dude.
21 years old?
And you know, the thing is, it's not so, because so this is the thing. He was in the club. What was it? Fabio
Who
Foreign?
was he with?
I don't know which one it was.
It was one of the rappers, but it was just funny because when you see the footage, but then when you actually see the footage, and you're like, Hook is, and it was like, wait, what is happening?
Yo, Hook is straight wilded having that stripper's ass in his face.
So it's just one of them things to where, you know, Hook being active is just, you know, Hook is the talk of the town right now. So
I mean, look, you see Taz and you see that picture and that video with Hook in it. You would almost think he was Billy Gunn's son.
right,
He looks like an ass man. I'm just saying.
right.
But
Do y'all not know about the Ass Boy shirts?
Excuse me.
no.
Did
So
you just say
Billy Gunn.
Axe Boy?
Oh yeah. So the Gun Club has a new shirt, and it's their Gun Club shirt, but with the spray paint in pink, says Ass Boys.
Huh.
Okay.
You need to get that shirt to Hook. That's Hook's shirt right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it is now.
Yeah. and ladies and gentlemen, if y'all didn't know, Jaeger was somewhere in the club. If y'all look closely in the video, he was in the corner. He was the one handing out the ones.
If you can zoom in on that video, slightly angle it to the left, Jaeger was probably standing over there looking at Hook like, yeah.
Exactly.
I just want to make sure the kid had a good time, you know? I mean,
there you go.
I didn't know he was having that good of a time, but
Hey, so before we get to the next story, I have this statement under a Mount Hushmore situation.
You know what? You're probably gonna say what I think you're saying because I was gonna bring it up anyway. But you know what?
No. I don't know if we're talking about the same thing.
Oh, okay.
This goes into the fan category. So you know how this whole supposed war between WWE and AEW, it has people out here really losing their mental. But
does it really?
Says on Twitter, Danielson needs to tell Bree to withdraw from the Rumble. He is part of the AEW family, and this is disrespectful. Tony Khan didn't put his blood, sweat, and tears into this company for traitors. This is more than just wrestling. This is a war, and we loyal soldiers must fight for AEW.
I immediately have the rebuttal of, where's all that energy for Andrade and Zelina?
Matter of fact, where was that energy when Cole was on NXT?
Well,
and
you can
Britt
also say Andrade, Zelina, and Andrade and Charlotte.
Yeah.
Shit.
Because thinking about Zelina, I mean Malachi.
Oh, sorry, even better, Malachi Zelina. Thank you.
And Zelina was free from her contract.
Yeah.
Zelina was free from her contract. She chose to go back to WWE. If you're going to say that to anybody, say that to her. But regardless of the fact, first off, with what I just said there, that would be something that you would use that for, not somebody like Brie. In a hypothetical world where all this shit makes sense, Brie has no connection outside of her marriage to Bryan Danielson, and that means nothing in terms of what happens in WWE and AEW. She's not even an active wrestler.
No, she's not.
She is absolutely not.
If she does go in the fucking Royal Rumble, it's pretty much a fucking cameo.
She is.
Yeah, it's pretty much a fucking cameo. She's not winning.
No.
On top of that, she's really just filling a spot because they fired half the damn roster as it is. So
they don't have 30 women to wrestle anymore unless they want to dig out NXT, and even then they don't have 30 women to wrestle anymore.
Yeah, And my thing is, look, Bree, you get your check.
Yes.
Get your check.
Oh yeah.
Simple as
I
that.
have never in my life taken anything that serious.
For real. Like,
and you know what's the funny part about this dude's name? His @name on Twitter?
What is it?
It's Happy Corbin.
No.
Yo, how dare you take your
here.
name? You sitting here lobbying for AEW over here. We in the AEW WWE war, and you have the gall, the unmitigated gall, to name yourself Happy Corbin, a WWE lifer. Yo,
Man,
what's wrong with you?
you
See,
should
that's like
withdraw your Twitter name, sir.
That's what you sound like, dude. Like, come on. Like, if you were dating somebody and you working at Burger King and your girl was flipping burgers at McDonald's, you're gonna sit there and break up with her because she being a traitor because y'all not the same burger company. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. No. You see, some of you fans, man, I swear to God,
you fucking weirdos. I'm gonna just say it. You fucking weirdos. You are fucking weirdos. Nobody. Do you realize how many wrestlers are friends with each other that were? You know what? I ain't gonna even fully dig into that. You just fucking weirdos. And I'm just leave it at that.
I'll just leave it at this, man. If you're pretty much over the age of, I'll even give it a grace of 18, and you still believe in the kayfabe like that, you need to get the fuck outside. Like you need to go get some fresh air. You need to hop off whatever the hell it is, whether it be the keyboard, the fucking web forums, the Reddit pages, whatever the hell it is. Get some fresh air. Realize that these are people trying to get a check, and there's pretty much nothing more to it.
Yeah, for real. And you know what? As the slogan says on our Mount Hushmore, sometimes it's better to just shut the fuck up.
Now, who was you gonna mention?
Oh, that has a lot to do with this shit. Corey Graves is cleared for action, and good on him. I'm so glad because you know what? One of the things is like him having his career. Well, he was in the Indies, but having to get like that jump off on WWE and then have that just basically heartbreaking situation for him. But he never, because he loves this business so much, he said, "Fuck it, I can be slotted in somewhere." And shout out to Jason Jordan for that too. But the thing is, it's like you can tell how much he loves this shit. And for him to get the chance to be able to, get cleared, recuperate and just get back into it and train. Good on him.
I got to ask the question, though. Between Bryan Danielson, Edge, Corey Graves, others that I'm missing at the moment, are they all going to the same doctor to get cleared? Like who was giving them this clearance?
Well, you remember that was Danielson's issue originally. His issue originally was the WWE doctors wouldn't clear him, but apparently his doctor said he was good.
Yeah. So he went all around.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is this
until the in-house doctor gives the go-ahead, nothing's happening. You keep your ass on that commentary booth until our doctors say you're good.
Yeah, it was the same. I think Edge's may have been worse too but they said he had to be cleared by XYZ before they even decided to even look at that. So
yeah,
whatever doctor they're going to, they're making some fucking money.
Yeah. I know they shown him in a few documentaries.
Who, Corey Graves or?
Oh no, one of the in-house doctors.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But yeah, so like I said, whoever like the main in-house doctor is, if he's not giving the okay, then you're gonna have to just deal with it.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, as far as the congratulations goes to Corey Graves, I can't wait to see you in the ring because it's been a while. It's been a long ass fucking while.
Yeah.
It's been 7 years.
But now we got to get to somebody else that needs to shut the fuck up.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Was Corey Graves somebody that needed to shut the fuck up, or that was a
No. It's about the situation, but it wasn't Corey
Oh,
Graves.
okay.
Oh, okay.
It's at this point, it's just like the fans. It's looking like another Mount Hushmore alumni. But this is more out of a respectful sense, because like he did try to say it nicely in a way, and that's Booker T. Booker T.
Okay.
Basically, he complimented Corey Graves in saying, not many people can do commentary like he does it, and it takes basically some along the lines of saying it takes like a certain type of skill set to do that, and he's at at this point one of the best at it. So he felt that Corey Graves needs to, why would you mess that up and and do all this other stuff? Why would you risk all this shit? Okay. Again, respectfully, but maybe you were looking for a check in all these companies you were at. Edge, Danielson, Page, Graves. These are people who live and breathe this sport. These are people who have a passion for it. That's not to say that you don't have a passion for it, but that's to say that they have a greater level of passion for this than you do. You can look at this and say, you know what? I can get out. I need a fucking check. They look at it and say, this is my dream. This is my life. I want to do this. It's not about money for me. It's about me living out my dream. He has waited 7 years. You haven't been in a situation to where you had to sit out 7 years and potentially never be able to do the thing that you care so much about. So
but
maybe you'll understand it. Go ahead, Diego.
I was gonna say, icing on the cake. Like, not only that, you have to give commentary as you watch people do that thing that you love.
I didn't even think about that, but you're absolutely right. You have to sit. you have to sit there and watch somebody do something that you love to do, but you can't. That's like watching somebody take out the girl you're in love with and do everything you want to do to her, but you got to sit and watch it and can't do shit about it because you know that it's just not in it for you.
That's like watching Jungle Man or Sammy Guevara take out Ty Conti or Anna Jay.
and then have me just sit there and look at it like, man, what the fuck
Here
is
I
this?
am on Twitter, just like, damn.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and it's like, again, this is why I said respectful, because I it sounded like it came from a good from a good place, but it's like you can't expect everybody to just think about it from a money perspective. Like, yeah, look, somebody like Bryan Danielson would risk his life to in this sport to just do what he loves. He would rather die in the ring. And yeah, that may be foolish in a sense, but he would rather die in the ring than not have to wrestle at all.
Yeah.
And it's a certain mentality that you have when you live and breathe something. And that's how I look at it with Graves. You know, he's had to sit there and just hear people talk about it, watch people have, knockout, drag out matches that he could have been a part of, and just not be able to do anything. So it's a testament to him to have to see there and sit through that and endure all that, and then take the time to say, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna find a way to get back in. I see Edge got back in. I see Danielson came back in. You know what, fuck it. It's worth giving it a shot. So, that's how I feel about it. But I'm glad that Graves is able to get back in the ring, and I wish the best for him. And I would hope and pray that nothing happens to him, the same way that I would hope and pray that nothing happens to Edge or Danielson in any way, shape, or form. So let the man live out his dream. Let him continue it. So I don't know if Scoot has anything else to say on that.
But yeah, I think you touched up on it, that if you never had to sit out for 7 years and watch what you do get passed by, I mean, it's kind of like how y'all put it in a wrestling sense. Think about it in an athlete sense. Think about the football player who took that wrong injury, and now at most they can sit there and analyze and commentate while it's like, damn, I'm 34. I could have still been out there, but due to me getting hit in the knee the wrong way, but yeah, I can agree. But like I said, congrats to Corey. Obviously, the dream never died. So I'm glad he's able to do it. And hell, I want him to be entered in the Royal Rumble just to get us back used to Graves.
Ooh.
Potentially being an active competitor again.
And that's good. And you know what? I think that'll be good for him too, because he'll get to hear that ovation.
That would be the perfect debut.
Exactly. I mean, hell, Edge got one hell of an emotional reaction. Now I don't know if Graves will get the same thing, but no, he might, because he's actively in the eyes of all the fans. So I mean, yeah. But yeah, now I mean that's pretty much it on our end. Scoot, Jaeger, I don't know if you guys have any final thoughts on this week or anything at all.
Nah, just people need to get some fresh air every now and then. That's all I'll top that off with.
Yeah. Let's Mount Hushmore for anybody that needs to be a topic. Mount Hushmore. Scoot, you got anything?
I think we said everything we needed to say for this week. I mean, I got nothing else really. You know what
Makes
I'm saying?
Sense. I mean, you look,
as far as dealing with wrestling, I got nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, y'all see the shit in the crawl. Y'all know where to find us at. Most importantly, you already know what we got to do. We got to warm that shit up for the good old Too Sweet. Bada, 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 bam. And of course, as always, whether you love the shit, hate the shit, thumbs up, thumbs down, don't forget to rate the shit. Leave all your comments, concerns, questions in the comment section below. Leave your phone numbers and panties in Jaeger's DMs. Hit the notification bell. Most importantly, hit that subscribe button. Now, of course, until you see these handsome faces and hear these immaculate voices, or if you catch Jaeger and Scoot in the strip club next to Hook,
you know what I'm saying? Gotta send us.
Until next time.
Hold
go
on,
ahead, Scoot.
Before we sign out, I want to give one last shout out. This to make sure he actually watches this shit. Give a shout out to my little bro. He just got through making COVID tap out. Now he's feeling better.
So go ahead, Mike.
Mike.
What's up, Mike?
Y'all love here.
Yeah, get nice tag from Mike.
You know what I'm saying? Good shit. Making COVID tap out and all, So shout out to the broski for real.
And yeah, everybody else out there, watch out for that Amarion. It's gonna get y'all.
Watch out for that Amarion. He's trying to touch everybody out there.
But of course, we ain't catching the Omarion. We're gonna make sure that we see y'all in the next one. But of course, until next time, you beautiful mother effers, tag the fucketh out.